Are we surprised? This just keeps getting we just keeps getting bad news, huh? Not only do have people reacted very badly to the fact that it's only 65% complete of One Piece currently, because people fear that it will take 20 years for Oda to finish this then, and Shonen Jump is pushing it all the way. I did a video on that. It was practically worthless anyway, but yeah, I'm actually also very worried. 65% and 20 years left? No way. No one will be able to make that for long. And on top of that, Sanji did indeed get his ass kicked. Look, I have no problem Jinbei joining the crew. But if he replaces Sanji as the monster trio, then I will be seriously pissed off. But then I read the chapter. I read the spoilers. And the chapter is almost a little bit more justifying. Sanji did indeed get beaten by his father, but the beatdown is not as severe as we thought. Sanji did not have a single blood on his body. And we saw a little bit of Sanji's flashback to turn out. People have always wondered, where is Sanji's mom and all that stuff? But for now, it seems that there is no connection to a mother. No, it's just a simple thing. Sanji was abused. I don't know if I said this in a previous video, but there was a hunch to say that Sanji may actually have been the weakest of the siblings. Turns out that was true. Sanji is the weakest of the siblings, or at least he was. And I also wanted to cook even back then. So now I have something to say. I know no famous reviewer is watching this, but come on now! If this doesn't confirm that the Vinsmokes are evil, then you are seriously... Come on! This was a chapter just saying the Vinsmokes are not good people! They have every single thing that... They look down on commoners, they abuse everyone who's weak, they laughed at Sanji, they intend to conquer the North Blue, and they're only joining with Big Mom because then they can conquer the North Blue. So if that doesn't confirm it, who will? The Windsmokes are bad, but this has not confirmed if the Windsmokes or Big Mom is the main antagonist. So now the ranting, what actually happened besides Sanji getting his ass kicked? Well, he didn't get his ass badly kicked that one. First of all, we see that there are some women in Jerma, but that's not exactly important. Turns out that Jonji actually got hit by a parachute. I guess Sanji tried to remodel his face. But a doctor wielding some kind of unique technology managed to replace it. And not replace it, refund it. Elsewhere, Sanji is fighting his father and is actually... kicking him very well, but he says he only intends to settle this tea party and go back to his crew, remembering his past on how badly treated he was by all of his three brothers. Because it turns out that some of us actually asked the question, if Johnny was Sanji's younger brother, then how old is he? Turns out that Johnny, Ichini, Ichini, Niji, Sanji, and Jonji are all born on the same day, only differently. So that I guess that turns out they're, what is that word, quintuplets? As well, his father never really looked up to, never really considered much of Sanji because, well, he was weak. And even Reiju laughed at him at that time. So yeah, that does just... Come on, people. Are you really that dense? Dude, I'm sorry if I'm insulting anybody right now, but if this definitely confirms that the Vinsmokes are bad. We also for the first time see Sanji use Busuo Haki, because he blocks Yaji's spear, and he himself confirms his Haki. He is apparently surprised that Sanji can do Haki, but it seems that he's hurting his legs. Apparently, Jaji also even taught him in swords, but Sanji will never ever use that. And so they begin to fight again. Jaji get a little bit more serious and hits him with some kind of buso haki, but it seems that Sanji is not even feeling those attacks. And he is also pretty. The reason is pretty clear. Sanji has never loved his family because they treated him like dirt. He never liked that they should worship some others. He had not a single decent memory as a kid. It doesn't really confirm if his mother was the one. We don't even see that person. And then, well, Yaji decides to do something cowardly. I mean, I'm seriously hating this guy. He calls Wall, and the Jermas, of course, take the spear one. And Sanji, who's a guy who is actually do not want to really hurt innocent, gets hurt by the spear with an electro shaft, which apparently developed through war. But then things take a word for the worst. Because even though Sanji says he will never consider Yaji a father and their other family, Yaji for the first time says that he too will never consider Sanji a son because, well, he considers Sanji weak. And it turns out that we have actually wondered one thing. If he really hated Sanji that much, why didn't he marry off another one of the sons to Big Mom's daughters? Turns out that the Windsmokes and the Big Mom families have a what is that word? Not exactly stable partnership, because apparently Windsmoke want to use Big Mom as an ally, and he considers even Big Mom a mentally ill person. Pretty hypocritical to hear that from a guy who's obsessed with war. So then he remembers Sanji, and that's the only reason why he's gonna do that. He is gonna marry off Sanji because Sanji is a disposable tool for him. That is the whole reason. Pudding is a disposable children of Big Mom. It's still not confirmed exactly what her true thoughts is, but in a way Sanji and Pudding are in the same conditions. If Pudding really is a victim, let's just say that theory right now. If Pudding is a victim, then she's just in the same boat as Sanji. If she's not a victim, then Sanji has all the more reason to flee from here. So after that they put special handcuffs, some kind of mini bombs that are actually very similar to the world novels. And apparently if Sanji tries to leave this island, those handcuffs will explode, damaging his hand, and he will never ever cook again. The one key, and the key is actually to Big Mom has the key, and she lent those. So in the way, Sanji is now a true prisoner, because his hands are sacred tools, and now they are a hostage. This is basically the chapter. As I said again, I did not like Sanji getting his ass kicked. However, once I read the chapter and I realized that Sanji didn't even bleed from Jaji's attack, I actually... there is still hope. There is still hope Sanji can kick this guy's ass. But how long is Totland arc gonna be? I mean, I know it's only just started, but I'm actually worried. I am very worried. Next week's chapter, after that chapter, Uda will go on a break again. And as I said before, 65% done. I hope Totland arc will only be 10% because we cannot wait 20 years for One Piece to be done. Something very bad is gonna happen until then. All in all, this was just a chapter of emotion. Poor Sanji, a victim, a bullying one, have always been looked down by his family. Please, Uda, I beg you! Once Sanji is freed from those handcuffs, please kick every Vinsmoke's ass! I will not be satisfied unless Sanji kick the freaking Vinsmokes' asses. I do not know who the main antagonist of this arc is. I don't know if it's Big Mom or if it's Vinsmokes. Hell, it could be both. Because, well, Big Mom has the key, mind you. There is when Nami is coming in. She's gonna steal the key. And once Sanji is freed, please, please, please kick their asses. Luffy cannot be allowed to kick this guy's ass. I mean, I know he could, not only because Luffy is strong, because that Jaji is using electromagnetic or electro-like weapons, which will work not a single bit on Sanji. I mean, Luffy! All in all, that's this. Also, the fact that Jaji can use electro in his... not electro! Electro-like powers into his spear further causes some strange when you notice that Sanji can actually burn up his leg. So what do you think about this? Do you sincerely believe that Sanji will one day kick the Vinsmoke's asses? I sure hope. Give me a false if you have any.